What's up YouTube? XA23 here. I'm back with another video. Alright guys, I just got done watching WWE Extreme Rules. I'm here to give you guys my take and my overall on the pay-per-view. Alright, so starting off with the first match at the top left. As you see, it was Almost versus Sin Cara. This is my thoughts on that match. It was okay. It was an okay match. A lot of luchador, a lot of high-flying moves. Sin Cara did one of his trying to do a hurricane run off the top rope, but he bolted it and almost landed outside the ring. Basically, he went back into the ring, and Sin Cara hit the frog splash. Almost assistant came in to interfere with the ref. Almost got up, kicked Sin Cara against the ropes, and he hit the double knee, and basically he hit his finisher on Sin Cara, and basically he won the match. Alright, so we move on to the second match of the pay-per-view. It was Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt defending their Raw Tag Team Champions against the B Team. Now, a lot of people were thinking, oh, this was unexpected. To me, it wasn't really unexpected because going into this match, Bray Wyatt was injured. So Bray Wyatt couldn't do much, as you saw in the match. And basically, Bo Dallas hit his finisher on Matt Hardy to secure the win and win the Tag Team Championship, as you guys can see. And they both went out in the back and they were celebrating like crazy. But congratulations to them. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was Finn Balor versus Costa Corbin. And basically, just my thoughts. I really didn't really give a crap about this match at all. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Baron Corbin. Since he has become Stephanie McMahon's lackey, and I'm not much of a big fan of Finn Balor either. But anyway, in the match, like I said, I really didn't care about it that much. But Finn Balor hit the roll up 1, 2, 3, and he beat it Corbin, and Corbin just laughed like it was like nothing. But I could feel like the feud between those two will still continue. All right, so we move on to the next match of the pay-per-view. It was why did I say Charlotte? Carmella defend the women's championship against Asuka, where you had James Ellsworth in a shark cage. Like I said, more or less the match was basically focusing on James Ellsworth in the shark cage. Basically, that's where most of the attentions were. Where James Ellsworth was just throwing things to Carmella, trying to cheat her way into the match. And Asuka will interfere, and she would stop. She would stop all of our Carmella's little charades. And James Ellsworth, he had a key where he unlocked the door, but I guess James Ellsworth his foot got caught, and he was hanging upside down from the cage, and a lot of people were laughing and cooling Asuka. Where basically that was Asuka's downfall, where she wasn't paying attention, and basically she wasn't paying attention, and Carmella pushed Asuka's face into the cage, and she beat it Asuka 1, 2, 3. And as you guys can see, Carmella has the laughter of the champion. As you see, she's walking away. But after the match, Asuka snaps, and she basically beat up everybody, including James Ellsworth, putting him in the submission, having him tapped out. But like I said, a lot of people may be upset with the ending, which I think it was a good ending, because like I said, to me, Asuka can't be champion. She can't, because like I said, the one thing that's holding her back is she can't speak. She can't speak, and she doesn't understand English. So how can you be champion if you can't speak and you can't understand it? But that's just for another day. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night, which I forgot to cover this one, but it was Sanity versus New Day in a tables match. The highlight of the match was where the New Day had Sanity in a power bomb, and Kofi Kingston was on top of the ropes, and he flipped over both of them, and as he landed, that was the highlight of the night. But as you know, Kofi Kingston had to take the fall as Eric Young put Kofi Kingston through the table, and he won the table match for his team. Now we move on to the next match. It was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for the USA Championship. I was a little bit confused with this angle because I wasn't sure if Jeff Hardy was injured or was he in trouble with the WWE. But I will find out later. But in this match, when the match started, well, the match didn't started. You know, Shinsuke pulled off his little dirty tactic, and he low blowed Jeff Hardy. You know, the match didn't still started. But as soon as the match did started, Shinsuke hit his finisher, and he beat Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship. Like I said, more crazy shit has came to this match. Randy Orton's music comes out. Nobody didn't know what the fuck was going on. So he comes out, and Shinsuke jumps onto the announcing table, and basically Randy Orton comes in, and he crotch stomped Jeff Hardy, and basically he just walked out. That angle was very weird. It was really hard to understand, but time will tell. Because like I said, now WWE has issued Shinsuke Nakamura will fight Jeff Hardy this Tuesday on SmackDown Live. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage match. As you guys can see in the slide, the highlight of the match was where Braun Strowman threw Kevin Owens off the cage with Kevin Owens right into an announce table. And basically, that's all I can say. That was the highlight of the match. Not more I can say. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was the Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. Now, early on in the pay-per-view, the Bludgeon Brothers was beating up both Kane and Daniel Bryan in the back. As you guys can see, Eric Rollins went in, and he basically had Kane's leg in between the door. He took the mallet, and he injured Kane. And then, as you guys can see, the Bludgeon Brothers came out. Daniel Bryan comes out, and he basically had to save his team, where he basically was trying to do 2-on-1, but it was not enough. Then Kane came out. It wasn't enough. Then basically the Bludgeon Brothers hit the finisher on Daniel Bryan, and basically the Bludgeon Brothers retained the SmackDown Championship. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. Basically, spear versus spear. That's the way I label it, because to me, we need to see who his spear was the better. But going on to this match, the match was okay. I mean, like I said, it's a Roman Reigns match. You know, Roman Reigns, he does his little shenanigans shit. He does the Superman punch, Samoan drop, and then, you know, etc., etc. But Bobby Lashley looked pretty good in the match. You know, he took a little fall over the top rope by Roman Reigns. You know, that shit looked kind of scary at first, but Bobby piled through. Roman Reigns hit the Superman punch when Bobby Lashley was top of the ropes, and then you know how Roman Reigns does his howl. He was getting ready to go for the spear. Bobby Lashley's spear hit Roman first, and it was 1, 2, 3. Like I said, to me, I hope the WWE do a right thing and have Bobby Lashley win the Universal Champion. I truly think Bobby Lashley deserves to be Universal Champion. Like I said, we're getting tired of the Roman Reigns saga. It's getting very stale now. I know that the WWE wants to do Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but I think we need something fresh now. I think we need Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar. That would be a lot more better. You know, because that was something that should have been built. That should have been something that should have been match up years ago. You know what I mean? But Bobby Lashley went elsewhere. You know, but now he's back. So why not we do it now? We've seen too much of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, so we need something fresh and new. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It's Alexa Bliss defend her Women's Raw Championship against Nia Jax. Like I say, the match was pretty good. You know, it really is sad though how this match was the only match that basically was extreme. You know, when they was actually using candlesticks, trash lid, chairs, the announcement. You know, it was basically they was using things what the pay-per-view was meant to be. You know, extreme. You know, going into the match, Mickie James was doing a lot of interfering, a lot helping out Alexa Bliss, and basically Natalya was trying to help as well, but it was just not enough. So then Ronda Rousey snaps. She goes and beat up Mickie James, and basically, you know, she's trying to go after Alexa Bliss. Mickie James hits Ronda with the candlestick. They get back into the ring. Then they start to hit Nia Jax with the table, not with the table, with the chair. And Alexa Bliss, basically, she did the signature, where she did the DDT with the chair with Nia Jax, and basically it was over from there. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, we'll see what more the WWE will do with it. I mean, because we all know they're gonna probably do Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. So time will tell. We'll still, like I said, we're only 5 more weeks away from SummerSlam, so anything could change going into there. So we move on to the next match of the night. You have AJ Styles defend his WWE Championship against Rusev. You know, Rusev Day. You know, a lot of people really do like Rusev Day. For me, I really don't care. But just my thoughts on the match. It was a pretty good match. You know, any match with AJ Styles in it, I'm always glued to my seat because I like watching AJ Styles. To me, I feel like he's the best superstar right now in the WWE, alongside with Seth Rollins. So I'm happy that the WWE did the right move to keep the belt on him. Just the thing in the match was that I was shocked though how Rusev kicked out of the 450 splash. I thought it was over from there, but no, it was not. You know, Rusev was trying to go for the accolade. You know, AJ got out of it. You know, then basically AJ hit the phenomenal forearm, and he basically retained the WWE champion. Like I said, two thumbs up for WWE for having AJ retain the belt. You know, like I said, he's the best thing on SmackDown right now. Like I said, I don't think anybody could carry SmackDown right now as the WWE champion. I think AJ is the best man right now. Alright, so we move on to the last match of the night. It was the Dolph Ziggler defend his Intercontinental Championship in a 30-minute Iron Man match against Seth Rollins. Like I said, this match was pretty damn good. I love it. It was back and forth. It was neck and neck, you know, between. It was 4-4 going into 1 minute into the last minute of the match. Basically, Dolph Ziggler was getting ready to do the super kick. Seth Rollins super kick hit him before Ziggler could do his super kick. Then Seth Rollins did the curb stomp, and Ziggler was down. Seth Rollins didn't have enough time to get the pin, and the match ended in a draw, as you guys can see. I have it on the slide 4-4, but Carango came out and he wasn't happy with the results, so he said we're gonna reset the match. So they reset the match. Basically, Seth Rollins turned his back, and Dolph Ziggler hit his finisher, and basically he retained it. He hit this finisher because Drew McIntyre interfered, and basically Dolph Ziggler retained his Intercontinental Champion. Now, I hated the way that match ended. It was a good match, but I just hated how the way it just ended. Just to give you guys my score on the pay-per-view, I give it a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's Extreme Rules, so I would expect it to be a little bit more extreme. Most of the matches was just like one-on-one. You know what I mean? It was just like a tag and one-on-one. It wasn't like extreme. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's really sad though. The women's champion was actually extreme. You know what I mean? Because they was actually using the word extreme. But you guys tell me what you think of the pay-per-view in the comment section below. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll check you guys out later. So have a good night. Bye.